to create a scene which explains NVC very brilliant to this mafia boss. Yeah, that's the idea. Yes.
Yes, but what are we going to prepare?
Maybe we can buy a gun and keep it just in case, you know.
Yes, but the gun is not NVC.
I know, but the gun is good for our protection. We also have a need for safety, for protection. Yes.
Yes, but we can save ourselves in different ways.
But how?
But I don't know.
Yes, that's a good idea. And also we can bring in our children. They can, when you say that you're right, but, so that's where is the flaw.
Yeah.
But when we say yes and, it gives you more possibility. For me, it sounded like it gives me more and more choices.
Yeah.
A lot of options.
I like the second one, the yes but and the yes and. And the reason for that is that I felt it was such a simple way of completely changing my thought process. That moment when I really went through that, you know, the Mafia is going to come to visit us at Nonviolent Communication Group, and what are we doing to prepare for their visit? The yes but came very easily. But what if they're violent? But what if we're not ready? What this, what that, but. And I had to put on a completely new thinking cap when I had to think of yes and. It was absolutely a revelation that how many times it is we set ourselves up for these issues because of how we phrase that communication within ourselves or to others. Thinking of yes and, it makes it so much more collaborative. It makes it so much more opening ourselves to the possibilities of what all can be done. So I loved that part about the yes but, the yes and.
We will have a visiting program for this guest, and this visiting program is now set. Yeah, so you walk please around the room quiet, and then I will say a visiting point, you know. For example, I say casino, and then your task is to be casino at once. So you know casino, you take a role, spontaneous, no? What could be in a casino, and you play casino. This is only maybe for 1-2 minutes, and then I will stop it. So please regard my stop. And then you walk around again, and I will tell you another visiting point, and so on. And we do this 3 or 4 times, and then we stop. Okay, so go on, walk around. The first visiting point is a hospital. Visiting point is a market. Yes, we have to go to the airport. Point. Our last one is a wedding. the parts of the show will be created in teams and put together. Yeah? And you look at here, these are the teams. I put 2 teams in the middle because they have to coordinate a lot. Yeah? This is the team program, a direction with 4 people. And we have a team moderation, what means moderation on stage, you know.
Together with your team, you will design and develop a film scene worthy of a star team. You will be absolutely professional and use all your creativity.
Create a story right now.
Yeah.
A 5 to 10 minute story from the world of NVC.
Okay.
Okay.
Flow.
Team Prime,
No,
let's
that-
get
you have-
started
like
with
for-
the dialogue.
Okay. The pimp is the guy. Now there is this conversation between this person and the pimp.
Okay.
And we can explain this entire plot of a pimp and the guy from the NVC point of view.
Dipesh is the one who started with, he had ideas, said ideas. It's pretty much because of the work he's done, because his first suggestion was something to do with a minor girl being trafficked and a pimp.
So there is a fear in the pimp saying, I am doing this job because for whatever reasons, So imagine that kind of mindset of a person who's forced to do that job, assuming.
And for reasons, whatever reasons, that brought very strong emotions in me. And I'm like, we're not doing that. We're not doing minor girls being trafficked over here. And I literally did this to him. And I did that, and then I told myself, okay, I know you're being really, really strong over here. Maybe everybody else wants to do this, but I was lucky that, a couple of other people also said, okay, let's think more. Then I realized, okay, let's put this aside. Let's park this. Let's think of the other things that come out.
Of course, we can all hear our own crime stories and then pick any one.
What about if he does his mass and in the homily he does NVC?
That's not.
No.
Okay. We were definitely, everyone has a strong personality. Where it's equal strength in the personalities, not going where everybody's saying, okay, whatever you want. Because I also feel that becomes disassociated and you're not passionate. We all wanted to do our best and we all wanted our skit play to come across well.
One character that must be there is the Mafia boss.
Yeah.
Because we're showing it to the Mafia boss.
Mafia, yes.
So he has to relate himself to the scene.
Yeah.
And then you will be looking like that, and then it's like,
Right.
that's the painting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Mona Lisa's. Oh,
Yes.
oh, Lady Guard.
Practicing and getting our script together. The impulse that I had was because it's all about connection. If we are unable to connect, not a script will be successfully delivered. We need to ensure that the feeling is actually shared, and then you get the vibe of it.
And we are all thieves,
Okay.
okay? And we enter the church
And what crime is it? We go to
stealing the painting.
Stealing the painting.
stealing the
It's a
painting.
12th century
Yes.
painting.
Where, in a bank?
No,
No,
in the church.
in the church.
You think mafia people are gonna have
They
somebody
always have
Yeah.
this painting that
Yeah,
Mafia
yeah,
of
yeah.
I mean, I
yes.
thought the mafia is really, that's the only one thing they're scared of, the father, the church. And Father Tony and I go, no, the mafia doesn't say from the church. We give to the church. We're not going to do that. So there was a lot of interaction, a lot of back and forth.
And we had different needs, and we had to fulfill those needs in the process. So the back and forth conversations that we've had with group members actually filled or emptied a part of us because our needs were met or were unmet.
You can be the one.
Curator.
The guy that you are the one in the museum. Like this is this and this and
Okay.
this,
Okay.
and you'll
Tour
be
guide.
the one who is
listening or
checking the painting. One of the.
She's the
painting.
tourist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tourist.
I think instead of having just the three guys as the quote-unquote criminals, we should kind of make this more gender balanced.
Yeah.
And have
I
one
can
of
be a
us
criminal
as the
too.
criminals too. Right.
Laughing criminal. I'm gonna kill you.
No, you were simply
So,
saying, okay,
let's see.
Or
There are
it can be
two.
both of us as the criminals. Why?
Yes.
Then we had this fixed set where the guys would keep saying, okay, we're the criminals. And they would keep putting Burnett and me on the side. You guys are going to do this. I'm like, what is this gender thing? You know that you guys are the criminals. Why can't we be the criminals? Why can't we be playing those roles over there?
But no, let's not worry about gender bias and all. It's okay.
No, I think that is part of NVC.
Yeah, but right now
Equality.
it's just we are trying to push creativity, right, in the film, and trying to. Our target is to make the mafia realize that something like this can happen in your life and how you can also behave.
And that's when Burnett started. She said a few lines as a criminal. I'm like, she's perfect. She's got to be. So that interplay of where we all came with some set intentions, perhaps, or how it came out. But I think NVC also played a role in where we would say something, but then we would immediately realize that, hey, everybody needs to get a chance here to say what they want to say and how they think about it. I feel there should, like, at least one of us, and it's fine, Burnett, needs to be in the crime guys, in the crime partner.
Yeah.
So either Burnett or me. So you're four, right? You're four of you guys, and then the security guard and the curator, both of them are trying to figure out the NVC part first with this guy. Unfortunately, then each one of us agreed on something, and then we kind of we scripted our own roles. That, hey, I'll be the strong one, I'll be the sarcastic one, I'll be the one who's willing to be heard or willing to connect.
Bridget, the dragon.
Bridget, the
dragon princess.
Psycho Putin, Crime Master Gogo, Hungry Hawk,
And the
Bridget, the dragon princess.
You guys, we
And
have to
security
be
guard.
absolutely poker face and be
Yeah.
character.
Okay,
No
security
laughing.
guard.
Alright.
security guard and the curator or tour guide.
Security guard and the curator, which is me.
Or maybe a janitor. She's cleaning them after the.
Okay, I'm not the janitor. No.
With the role play, I can be who I want to be from my own. And another one is that I'm building up on what I have already and then develop on that. The other one is totally opposite. I want to have the role because I have not experienced it in my life.
And then I'll tell you all, shut up, and then we'll get in.
To listen to the dragon lady.
I'm the dragon.
Then you should come and say that, okay guys, chill, calm down. Can we just go and do this job and come out smoothly? I may do a little more dramatic. I'm like, if you say that one more time.
Some part of that character, I think, was in us earlier on because we scripted it that way. Right? We all said, okay, I'll be the strong one, I'll be this one, I'll be that one. So some of it, I think, was inherently us. And then the energy came together when we started writing, and it just... Before I drink my water, I said, would you like some water too? Because you're just mumbling just like he was showing you.
Yeah.
Right? How about would you like some water too?
No.
No thanks, yeah.
Shut up!
A bit of tears, and then I fall.
Is this the one you were looking for? What? Oh.
This is my painting, and I'm gonna take it home, and I'm gonna teach you all people of Group Holding who I am.
The police is going to be here very quickly.
Shut up!
There was this one gangster who in his childhood was not really treated well by the people of that locality, that particular town, and that led to him becoming who he was because there was no acceptance, there was no respect, there was no acknowledgement of that person's existence, and that is the reason why he chose to be on the not so good side of the spectrum.
I need the world to conspire for me. Unfortunately, our needs for belongingness, for acceptance, for security, these are very common, and it can be present in many, many situations.
I can sense that you're afraid.
Why are you listening to him?
This is true.
Yeah, because they are afraid now.
you're both a little flustered. You're both anxious.
No, you're judging me. You don't know my life. How dare you?
Oh, I am out of words.
Yes, I guess I need understanding.
You know, I'm not judging, but I think all of us need understanding at some point.
I don't
and
need
perhaps
understanding. I
that's
need
what-
money, and I need that painting.
But the money is going to fulfill some need, right? And the need could be.
Exactly. I need that money for a need. I need
Do you
to feed
need-
my kids. I need to send them to school. Can I do that?
Yeah.
I need to send them to school.
It is quite interesting to also understand and reflect within yourself that nobody's born criminal. There's always a story, there's always a history to every act that happens in our life. And if that has been touched and nurtured and understood, that pain, I think people can change.
That's why I can't help but share that one important learning from the role play was actually the universality of needs. You may be in different situations, you may be in different types of conflict, but our needs are just so universal. And this is the difficulty perhaps that we have in the world now, because we get to judge people or we get to judge ourselves.
So, yeah, I loved this interplay that went in between amongst all of us to finally come to a cohesively formed plot, and so much learning during the practice sessions as well.
It is Sunday, October 23, 9 o'clock in Ruhpolding, Germany. The hall is packed, the mood is expectant, and people are eagerly waiting for the guests to arrive.
Dear guest and dear audience, at the beginning of this eventful day, I will be brief. I thank you and wish us every success.
Are we supposed to be closing? It's already almost time.
Maybe another 5-10 minutes. Welcome.
It's about time.
Yeah, maybe these good people, we give them another 5-7 minutes. Welcome to the Ruhpolding Museum. So this is the beautiful painting. You're not supposed to touch it, sir. No.
Hands up!
Your
hands up!
Don't do this.
Clear? You're gonna tell me where the exit is right now, or I'm gonna shoot the bullet into your.
Go! We can just kill him.
Can I have some water?
Shut up.
Please. My heart is palpitating. Just 2 seconds, 2 minutes. The pantry
2
is right
minutes.
there. Yes, please.
Why am I doing this? This is a crime. We can go to jail for this, and my mother needs the money. My mother is in the hospital and you need the money for the operation.
Are you trying to help your mother?
What is this conversation all about?
No,
No, you go back, lady. Go back.
He just
you're
needs
such
a little.
a coward. Go back.
He just needs some support. Burnett, the dragon lady, on the other hand, even though she was so desirous of connection, she was continued to push me aside. And in that moment, there were times when I felt helpless. I really, really, really want to connect with her. She's talking about how hard it is to be a single mother. I can empathize with that. I can connect. And there were parts when she told about herself where I wanted to sit and just cry with her.
The emotions are yours. It cannot be from someone, from an actor or an actress, but it's really from yours. So how you look at the person you're conversing, how I was looking at Johnson and Anu, I was a bit cold. I don't know if it was purely an act or a role, or it was really something that I may have experienced in the past. And it may be the only opportunity I can share and I can let it out.
I'm in this mess because the world is so judgmental. So don't you dare soft talk with me.
I had to share to someone that, this is just too loaded. I did not understand what was going on in my body, but the heaviness, the confusion perhaps of what was going on, it is very authentic for me. It's very real. I cannot call it magic. It is just so powerful. The world is so judgmental. The world I lived and I grew up with is a very judgmental world. And I think it just came out.
Where I'm scared of wanting to connect with people who don't want to connect with me, that's something that I've realized is wrong. It's simple. It's just human connection. The stories speak to you.
And relating, looking at someone's eyes, for example, Anu during the skit was very powerful. Ensuring or being assured that someone is looking at you.
So you are needing recognition, acceptance, perhaps understanding and respect. And this painting means a lot to you.
It does, because as a child you didn't let me see it when I was passing after school, because I wanted to see Gal Gadot.
So I appreciate this exercise. It was fun, it was delightful, but it was very, very meaningful for me.
Are you okay with the painting? Oh, thank God. And what about the people?
Okay, they're again. Police officer, this is the guard. It was just a false alarm. We're okay, so we're okay.
When I watched the participants playing, I had the impression they were not playing only anymore, they became the character.
I told a friend yesterday that perhaps our choices of roles, our choices of themes for the skits, and even our company, our group members, they're brought about by beyond us. We were brought together for a purpose. It was not deliberate. It was not something that, okay, because you're my friend, so we go together. No. It was because we were meant to be together at that moment. So I think this is the power of energy, the kind of need and the feeling that you have radiating to other people, getting shared and be shared as well.
So it was a beautiful experience.
What I learned yesterday was how to manage and handle conflicts through the lens of NVC.
Role play could be an effective means to share NVC. In that role play, it could be with young children, it could be with the community, and it could also be with young people.
I'm very sure that similar exercises we will continue to do in our work, of course, at Barefoot College International and also in my personal lives, because it's only by role-playing such things, I think it really dawns upon you and you internalize the message.
And what I'm taking home is that action speaks louder than words. When the skit was being presented, I could sense the need, the feelings from the actions, even if I'm not hearing what the words are.
For me, sometimes it's difficult to ask for support, and I feel I need to do all these things by myself. But yesterday, I think it was mainly yesterday in the evening when both of us were trying to figure out how to go and we were stuck, I found it very easy to ask for support from 2-3 of my colleagues out here from different teams. They weren't a part of the moderator team, but I actually reached out. And it was so beautiful because we exactly told them this is where we are stuck here, and we got a support within half a minute.
Nothing is impossible if we cooperate, we listen to each other.
I have realized that sometimes when situation comes, we hide ourselves and we think that I can't do this. But if we give chance to ourselves, we can do anything.
The lesson I got from the whole thing is that I learned that we need to have this can-do spirit. We can do it. Let's trust the process. There's always a way.
Of course, the trust. We divided the task and we let each other be, and then we come together trusting that each one will come up with brilliant ideas, and that is what happened in our team. And I definitely would bring that back home, in the way, in the company and in my colleagues. Thank you.
And I hope, Gita, next time we come back, we do a movie on NVC, because people are so talented. Thank you very much.
When I remember my school, I had to sit like this and to be careful and not to talk and not to move, and had to obey and so on. And I heard a lot about corporal punishment in your school, how they are treated. And now can you imagine children who really now get the chance to play theater and just move and just alive and are children? So I'm very much touched what happened here and what you can take home. So I'm very happy.